There has never been a better time than now to come join the Bellisio Foods team. Bellisio has a new contract in place with plenty of awesome perks for their employees. From increased wages, access to the free health clinic, vacation after 6 months, and much more, Bellisio Foods is committed to putting their employees first. For more information or to apply, visit BellisioFoods.com/careers. Take advantage of these great new employee benefits and join the Bellisio team today. Visit BellisioFoods.com/careers to learn more.
Well, happy Tuesday, everyone, and welcome to the morning show right here on Main Street TV. Of course, Jennifer here to start off your morning with our good friend James Hamilton on this side of the camera.
Morning.
Woo! Welcome. You know, we rarely get to actually just sit down and chat anymore because we always have guests and stuff, which is fantastic. Yeah. But we never just get to shoot the you-know-what anymore. Yeah. So here we are today.
I'm excited.
I know.
So much you-know-what to shoot.
It's going to be a big old mess.
So, I think first off today...
Get us out of that.
Get us out of this. Let's give another shout out to the Jackson Rotary Club. Just a reminder, today is the day for your mushrooms.
That's right. Mushrooms, pizza rolls, baked steak, all of the above right there. And you can get that at the Christ United Methodist Church Family Life Center today.
From 11 to 6.
11 to 6. So you can do lunch and dinner.
You could. Now, of course, like we said, they took pre-orders. So hopefully you pre-ordered. But if not, they will have some extra.
They will. You just drive through and get it.
Yeah, but I would probably say go earlier than later if you didn't pre-order.
We would recommend that you go early, yes, because...
We here at Total Media are lucky because we have Courtney, and Courtney remembers to do things like pre-order mushrooms from the Rotary Club.
Yes, she was on top of things, sent out the whole order form like last week or the week before, and so it's all good.
Yeah, well, it's...
Listen, Total Media will not be mushroom deprived.
Yeah, well, the trick now for Courtney is I keep forgetting to give her my money. So we'll see.
Everybody sign up for Venmo. We'll be just fine.
Yeah, that'd probably be the easier way to do it.
Yeah.
But check that out. Mushrooms, baked steak, pizza rolls.
That's right.
If you missed them at the Apple Festival,
it is
your time
here
is
today.
Now. Yep.
That's right. And again, Christ United Methodist Church Family Life Center right beside the police station. You can't miss it. And you just you can drive through and pick it up.
Yep. Takeout only. Well, they are going to do a little bit of delivering, but I think if you want to delivery, you probably needed to work that out already.
I would say so.
Yep.
But yeah, please. And again, it's win-win because you get the great mushrooms, pizza rolls, and baked steak, but you're also helping the Rotary Club, which is helping our local people.
Right, scholarships and...
kids, all that stuff.
Do they do a Christmas toy drive?
You know, I don't know, but they do the polio thing, and then that's a good question. I don't know if they do or not.
There's so many civic organizations in our area that are doing
everybody contributes to that, So, very, very good. Gorgeous weather outside today, and it looks like it's going to continue over the next couple of days, and we have just been so fortunate for this beautiful fall weather. Was a little cold on Saturday, but other than that, it's been great. Like, Jamie was making fun of me last night because I just went out and sat in the middle of our yard, and I just sat there.
Yeah, in the grass?
He was like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm soaking up the sun. Why not?
Your body needs it.
Yeah,
right?
And I'm like, and if you would listen to our morning show, Miss Amanda did this whole story about how sitting and walking on the earth, like, recalibrates your body and stuff. So you're supposed to do that. You're supposed to take off your shoes and walk in the grass and do all of that stuff. It's a great time to do it.
I heard one time after you get off a long flight, you should take off your shoes and make fists with your toes.
I feel like that would just be a giant cramp.
That's a Die Hard reference.
Gotcha. Fist with your toes. When does he say that?
At the very beginning of the first Die Hard. That's why he doesn't have shoes on
Oh.
for the whole movie. The guy tells him that's like how to get over jet lag.
Gotcha. Fist with your toes.
Yep.
Is Die Hard a Christmas movie or not?
Yes. Yes, it
the
is.
The debate continues.
It's not a debate. There's Christmas motifs throughout that film.
Yeah, I say it's a Christmas movie too. Albeit an unorthodox one.
Do you know the story about Frank Sinatra in Die Hard?
No.
So the movie Die Hard is based on a novel. And
it is?
Right.
I didn't know that.
They changed the name of it for the movie. The novel's not called Die Hard. I forget what it's called off the top of my head. But Die Hard was not the first time that book had been adapted into a film.
Really?
Yeah, it had been adapted into a film several years earlier starring Frank Sinatra. And Frank Sinatra had first right of refusal for any sequels or remakes. So before they made Die Hard, they had to get Frank Sinatra, who was like 70, 80 years old at the time.
Yeah, he wasn't doing that right.
To like legally turn down the role so that they could cast
Bruce Willis.
So they could cast Bruce Willis.
Interesting. Yep. See, he's full of it this morning.
It's true.
Good story.
Tune in for all your Frank Sinatra trivia.
Correct. Love Frank.
Die Hard references.
Yes.
Yep.
But how did we get to Die Hard? Oh, Fist with
Christmas,
Toes.
Fist with Toes, Walking on the Earth.
Yes, Walking on the Earth.
It also made me think of Pulp Fiction when he says, I want to be like the guy from Kung Fu and just roam the earth.
Oh, my goodness.
Yep.
Well, there you go. Take off your shoes, walk outside today.
Roam the earth.
Roam the earth. You need to be at one with the ground.
Yeah. I will say, like
just
walking...
Don't watch where you step.
Yeah, don't do it where you walk your dog.
Yeah.
Or somebody else walks their dog.
Correct. Yeah. But no, it's going to be absolutely gorgeous today. Sunny, highs around 71. Tomorrow, sunny, highs of 73. So then some rain as Thursday rolls on. Yeah. A little rain comes back into the forecast. But still, I mean, looks like 70s and 60s all through the weekend, beginning of your work week next week. So pretty good. I like this gradual... Fall should do this every year, where it goes from 80s to 70s for a couple weeks to 60s for a couple weeks.
Instead of just going straight to 25.
Correct. Yeah. And so on and so forth. That way we can get acclimated to it.
Yeah, this does feel like a more normal fall than what we've had the last few years.
Yeah, what it should be.
Yeah.
It didn't go from 90 to 20.
It seems that way. But then again, it's going to rain. And that might kill it.
Yeah, might bring her down.
We can see your temperatures are dropping 10 degrees.
They are
from today to next Monday.
Yeah, but that's
I guess that's still gradual.
That's gradual. We'll take it.
Yeah.
So
60 degrees in November is not bad.
Be at one with the earth. Eat a dandelion. I don't know.
Dandelion tea.
Did you ever take dandelions when you were a little kid and like take the little and make like
no, not on my
blush?
Face. No, I never did that, but I guess I do remember.
I guess that'd be weird since you're a guy doing that.
I guess I do remember like taking dandelions and like drawing on the sidewalk and stuff like that.
Yeah, we used to take them and make like blush.
Yeah. No, I don't ever remember kids doing that. But yeah, I do remember like rubbing them on like the side of the school or the sidewalk or something like that.
Make it yellow.
Make a little yellow blob.
Of course, we also ate chalk when we were young.
Yeah.
So that explains a lot. Anyway.
Well, I did something fun on Saturday afternoon.
You did?
I went and watched the University of Rio Grande rugby team play.
Now that is some intense stuff.
So that was a lot of fun. If you haven't, if I'm not mistaken, this is the first year that they've done it. If you have not had the chance to get out and watch a match, definitely recommend it. I don't know how many more opportunities you're going to have this year. They don't have one this week, and then they have one next week, but it's away.
Okay.
So it might be a while before they have another home game. and I doubt that there's very many more left.
Probably not.
But if you have the opportunity, you should check it out because it was a lot of fun, and they're apparently very good.
Okay.
They've maybe lost one.
Oh, wow.
They're like 5-1 or 6-1, something like that.
So is rugby the one where they like scrum or whatever that is?
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about how it works, because I've never seen a rugby game before. I know they beat the tar out of each other.
Well, what a scrum is so everybody, like 4, 5, 6 players from each team, like interlock arms, and then one person just rolls the ball underneath them in the middle of that pile.
Is that how you get it started?
Yeah, basically. And then you have to try to push the other team out of the way so that your teammate can pick up the ball out of the scrum.
So you're just beating the tar out of each other.
Well, it's more pushing. I mean, it's sort of like
pushing.
I mean,
no punching.
Yeah, there's no punching. Yeah, I mean, the scrum is just pushing each other. It's almost like a lockup in wrestling.
Okay.
But with like 6 guys like chain linked together.
Fun.
I mean, the biggest difference between rugby and American football is you can't throw the ball forward in rugby. It's only laterals.
Or back, I assume.
Right.
Okay.
But you can kick the ball forward more so than you can in football.
Okay.
So you can like kick the ball forward to yourself, basically. But it's primarily lateral passes.
Gotcha. And then do they tackle each other?
They do.
Without pads on.
Yeah, without pads on. Yeah, I mean, I guess the difference between...
Fun!
Yeah. I mean, I guess the difference between the hits in rugby and the hits in football is since you're not throwing the ball downfield, there's not necessarily moving as fast as you are in football, so the hits aren't quite as insane.
That makes sense.
But, yeah, it's still pretty easy to get hurt.
You said someone actually got hurt.
Yeah, one of the kids got hurt pretty good. Got knocked unconscious, I think. And then another kid got hurt slightly less, not 5 minutes later.
Oh, boy.
But it was a lot of fun to watch.
That is cool. And I didn't even know that Rio had a rugby team.
Like
and
I
you
said,
that's
I think
relatively
this is
new.
the first year they're doing it.
Cool.
I think this is the very first year doing it, so hopefully it's able to stick around. And they had, I don't know, there was probably 50 people there watching them. It was a pretty good little turnout. That was Saturday afternoon. The weather was perfect.
Yeah,
it was so
really
nice. It got cool in the evening, but during the day, it was so nice.
Yep, and our weather held out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was no rain or anything.
Yeah, our
it was
forecast
rain the night
was
before, but not the day of. But one thing I wanted to highlight about that match that I thought was really funny.
Okay.
At halftime, they played this game where the fans could come in and try to kick a field goal, like with the rugby ball.
Okay.
And if you made it, you won a donut. So here's a few pictures of like the fans doing this.
I love that.
And a few people just nailed it. And a few of them just shanked it so bad. So you can see, look at this kid's face. Like, you can see, like, this is the moment he realized that he just completely missed that thing.
How funny.
Yeah, it was really, really funny. I really got a kick out of watching him do that. And then the prize, if you made it, was a donut.
I like that.
So you got a donut if you made it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I mean, that would be hard. So is a rugby ball, it's kind of like a football, but...
Yeah, it's fatter.
Does it,
maybe soft, maybe a little softer.
It almost looks to me like a combination of a football and a volleyball. But maybe that's not.
I mean, it's a lot of times they're white. I mean, that's probably where you get the volleyball. Because it's not, I mean, it's not smooth like a volleyball. It's more rigid like a football.
Okay.
But it's a little bouncier, I guess, and it's fatter. I have one at home. Had I thought about it, I would have brought it with me today, but I didn't think about it. Didn't plan ahead.
Oh, we could have a rugby match out on Church Street down here.
It would be a lot of fun.
There's like 3 people in the building now, so
I would not want to play rugby against Matt McKee.
Not with Matt McKee.
No.
I think we'd lose that
I might be able to outrun him, but if I didn't, I think I would be in trouble.
We would all be in trouble.
But like I said, there's all kinds of fans there. I mean, there are people holding signs and stuff like that. I mean, look at these great fans holding signs.
Holding sign. Is that really someone that was there?
Yeah, that guy was really there. So I don't know if these guys were like with Ryo or what, but they were like, they just like brought their barbecue with them. So they were like, you can see they rode their 4-wheelers down. You can't really see it, but they had a barbecue with them, and I think they were selling hot dogs and stuff. But that guy was just chilling up there with holding his sign that said, "I'm holding a sign."
I wonder, there has to be some
behind
that.
Yeah, he's just trolling them. But I would love to see some people Photoshop that sign, make it say other funny things.
That would be good.
Yeah. So I like to see that.
Yes.
And then after the rugby match, I caught a little bit of the men's soccer game as well.
Oh, yeah.
I caught the tail end of the women's soccer game. The women won 2-0, and then the men started, and they were up 4-0 halfway through the first half.
Oh my!
So I was like, I think this one's probably over, and it's getting cold.
Yeah.
So I didn't stay for the entire men's match.
Those are really good pictures. Did you take those?
I did.
Oh, good job.
But yeah, but they're apparently both very good. All three of them are apparently good teams because they won all those games pretty handily.
I'd be surprised. Like, we all know that if you know Ryo's soccer, Ryo actually has always had a really good soccer team, but a lot of the kids are from overseas, like England or Wales or whatever. Yeah. I'm wondering if the rugby kids are as well, because it's not like you have rugby around here anywhere.
Well, there is definitely, there are definitely definitely more local kids on the team, but there's a lot of international students as well. I think it's probably kids that maybe played football in high school now are going to Rio Grande. That's not an option. Kids that played soccer in high school that are maybe not quite on par with that soccer team. I think a lot of that
on the rugby team.
Probably were attracted to the rugby.
Yeah.
Because there were obviously some really good athletes on that team. There's some big kids on that team.
Well, I guess you'd have to be pretty big to play rugby.
Yeah. I mean, there's a reason that one kid got knocked out.
Yeah.
They're big. They're big, strong guys.
How fun.
Yeah.
No, that's really neat. And what is a rugby field? Is it like the same as a football field? Or is
I don't know the exact dimensions, but it's essentially the same. It may be a little bit wider.
Okay.
I don't know. And I'm sure it's measured in meters, not yards, but
right.
It's very similarly sized.
There you go. That's your rugby update of the day.
Yep, for the year.
Yeah, right. Because there's probably not another game that we're going to report on. No, probably that's really cool. Love that.
I thought so.
Yeah. And, I don't think that a lot of people understand how many international students Rio has. Mm-hmm. There's a ton.
Yeah, that's a lot. They have, around the soccer field, there's flags for every country that have had students.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so there's a lot of flags.
Yeah, that's really, really neat stuff. So you wonder, though, if they come, and you have to think if any of them are from the big city, it's kind of culture shock, I'd say.
Yeah, I don't know.
Be here in Appalachia.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. I think we tend to, people that live like in the country tend to think like everybody else is like in a city, but like England has really just one big metropolitan area,
right? And then would be
a lot of country. And Wales is obviously a little bit smaller, but it's basically the same thing. Like even the cities aren't that big. Lots of farms.
Well, it's like, I don't know why, we people that live here think of even New York. There's lots of rural places in New York. You just think of Manhattan.
Right.
And you're like,
you think
that's New York.
You think of New York City, you don't think of like where all the vineyards and all that
like
stuff
all
is
of the other
north. Yeah.
Yeah, there's all kind of, you hear of upstate, like all kind of
California's the same way. California is so big.
California isn't just LA.
Only think of Los Angeles and San Francisco.
Yep.
But like Los Angeles and San Francisco are like an 8-hour drive from each other.
Yeah.
Like they're not remotely close to each other, and there's a lot of rural areas
in between.
Yeah.
Lots of stuff. So yeah, that makes sense.
Yep.
Well, very good. So what the heck else is going on? Have we found the escaped inmate yet?
Not that I've heard. He wasn't at the rugby match. He wasn't at the Oak Hill Pumpkin Walk. Yeah.
Wasn't at the Foothills Art Festival.
He wasn't at the
that
Foothills Art Festival. Yeah.
I don't think he came to the dog walk.
No. He's eluding us. You know, maybe we should get, speaking of dogs.
Dog the Bounty Hunter. Need to call him.
Yep. Get him off the case. Who is it? What's the celebrity that he's looking for?
Oh, he's looking for that Brian Laundrie kid right now.
So let's get him off that case onto this one.
In a swamp somewhere.
Solved.
Yes. Dog, get on it.
Yep.
If dog's on the hunt, you better look out. Wouldn't that be hilarious if you walked in? It's like, I'm here, man.
What is there a bounty on this guy? I didn't see that in the article.
It's a fair question.
Or a reward for
I don't know.
Information leading to his capture.
We need to ask Pete Wilson about all of this, or the sheriff.
Yep.
I'll ask whichever one I see first.
Yep.
How's that?
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah. All right. So in hard news this morning.
Is that Kanye?
Yeah. Kanye West is official now.
Okay.
He has changed his name from Kanye to
Yeezy.
just Ye.
Yay. Oh, yay.
Y-E.
Yee.
He his reason for petitioning the name change, he did it as a reference to the most commonly used word in the Bible.
What's the most commonly used word in the Bible?
Must be Ye. Y-E. I don't know.
I mean, I've not read the entire Bible from front to back, but I don't remember that word being.
Merriam-Webster's etymological history delineation of the word sees it appear frequently in the religious scribe as a plural form of you.
Okay.
Merriam-Webster also notes that it more commonly appears as an archaic form of thee or the.
Speaking of artists that changed their name to something weird, so when Prince died, Prince famously changed his name to a symbol.
The former artist formerly known as Prince.
Yeah. So he had a literal bank vault in his home.
Okay.
Filled with all the music that he recorded and never released.
Gotcha.
So if you're a Prince fan, you may be aware that he's released 3 albums since he died. So that was all stuff that was locked up in a literal bank vault.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah. I mean, it supposedly it was the top of the line, nicer than actual banks have.
The Holy Grail right there.
And so I was listening to a podcast this weekend about they were interviewing the locksmith that got called to open Prince's safe after he died.
Oh, yeah. They had to bust into it?
Yeah, because Prince was the only person that knew the combination.
Wow.
Because he wouldn't share this stuff with anybody.
That is insane.
Yeah. And so this guy was explaining what he had to do to open it was this, one, itty-bitty little spot that's the soft spot. If you can drill into it, you can reach the gears and open the lock.
Haven't you watched The Italian Job?
No, but
Charlize Theron knows how to do it.
I read the ride at Kings Island before they renamed it.
Oh.
But yeah, so you had to drill a hole in it.
Yeah.
To get to it, and if he was off by
then you're
half an inch or whatever,
you're done.
Yeah, then there's a fail safe that locks it permanently forever.
Yep.
But he got through it, and that's why we're getting
Prince's music.
Prince's music that Prince
crazy?
didn't want us to hear.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
So I wonder who gets that estate or gets,
he didn't have
the money.
Yeah. Well, he had an estate, but he didn't have any children, I don't think.
So
but
you just wonder how that works. Family or So yeah, Kanye changed his name to Ye, and I guess Is that just his way of trying to stay relevant in a world in which he's not?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Did I ever tell you about the guy that wrote the book? It's called like Kanye West owes me $20 or something like that. It's about this guy that like was him and Kanye won this like under 18 freestyle rap contest like back in like 2000 or whatever, and they became like really good friends, and then Kanye West went insane and this guy like went on to be a normal person. And he wrote this book, and that's one of the topics that he discusses.
I mean, it makes sense. I don't know. I've never understood the Kanye thing. He while talented, he definitely is unique in a character. And I can't believe. Can you believe he lasted with Kim Kardashian as long as he did? Like,
did they?
Yeah, they finally called it quits.
So here's this quote. This is from 2018. I believe "yay" is the most commonly used word in the Bible, and in the Bible it means you. So it's I'm you, I'm us, it's us.
That's deep, man.
So for one, he believes this. He did not. He did not fact check this. He did not have this independently fact checked.
I feel like I read "yay" in the Bible a couple of times.
Yeah. Speaking of celebrities changing their names again, the NBA player Ron Artest, of course, changed his name to Metta World Peace.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
There is a great documentary on Netflix now about the Malice at the Palace, when Artest and the Pacers got in a fight with a bunch of fans at a game.
Okay.
He was playing for the Pacers. They were playing the Pistons. It was in Detroit, and Artest commits like a really sloppy intentional foul at the end of the game. And then for some reason he goes and lays down on the scorer's table, and somebody throws a cup at him because he was acting arrogant. And they're, you don't throw cups at people, but maybe don't act arrogant either.
Right. Don't be a douche.
And then his reaction was to jump up, run into the stands, and start beating the crap out of somebody in the general vicinity of the guy that threw it.
Like not even.
Yeah, it's not even the guy that threw
guy.
it. I mean, he didn't even see who threw it. He just went in that general direction, picked somebody to fight, and this whole nasty brawl breaks out. But there's a really good documentary on Netflix about that. It's part of a series. I think it's called Untold.
Oh, good.
And it's like a sports anthology documentary series. It's really good.
Very cool. Hey, by the way, we started watching the Billy Milligan thing last night.
Oh, yeah?
I mean, we watched one episode, and I felt like I had run a marathon.
Yeah.
There's a lot of going on.
Yeah. So you probably haven't gotten to when he goes to Athens yet, have you?
No.
Yeah. When he gets to Athens is when he starts to kind of become famous, sort of thing.
Yeah.
So he's also trying to be normal, but also he's growing in fame, but also he's a criminal that should be in prison.
Right.
Yeah.
So the first episode is just, if you haven't seen it, it's really interesting. How many parts of it
4.
are there? 4?
Yeah.
So we watched the first one, but it's basically an introduction to how, the crimes he committed, and people all these psychiatrists and stuff starting to realize, whoa, there's something off with this guy. Like, we talked to him one day and he acts like a 12-year-old, and we talked to him the next day and he's speaking in Czech or something, and they're like, what is going on with this guy? And I'm kind of with you. You're still watching it thinking, was he making this whole thing up, or was that really multiple personality, or was he that brilliant that he was able to fake it?
Yeah, I mean, it seems to me like it was just a perfect storm of him being a good con artist and psychologists just wanting to believe this wild thing.
Yeah,
because it was just the thing at the time.
Yeah,
it was in pop pop culture and
with
popular
the Sybil
media.
thing and all of that. Yeah.
Yeah. And these psychiatrists just say like, well, this is the guy I'm going to write a book about and like make a name for myself.
Yeah, make my fortune. Yeah. But he, so yeah, the first episode is just basically a bunch of different people talking about analyzing him and, you know, how he got caught for these rapes at Ohio State. And it's just really all over the place. So it's a little hard to follow, but, so I'm interested to see the rest of it.
It's good. I mean, if you like true crime, it's as good as any of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely check it out. But when he gets to Athens, it's just like, oh, hey. It's like watching Holler for the first time.
Oh, yeah.
I know. Oh, yeah. That's that place.
I guess I never thought about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that episode 3, I think, is when he goes to Athens. And he's in the Ridges when it was still a hospital.
When it was a thing.
And then he's like sort of released on his own reconnaissance, and he's just like a normal person, like living in Athens for a while. But like he just has kind of run-ins with the law and things like that, and he's trying to be like a quiet, regular person, and it just
sometimes he can't
work.
help himself.
Yeah, it just doesn't work out.
He has to Kanye it.
Yeah, a little bit.
Segue.
Well, like he claims that like the police harassed him and stuff like that, and I kind of find that hard to not believe to an extent.
I mean,
because like he was infamous already at the time.
Correct.
Yeah.
But I just remember being young and hearing that name quite a lot, and so it'd be interesting to see how it all goes. And
but yeah, I definitely recommend that if you like true crime, stuff like that, and obviously this has a local flair.
Yeah, it's more interesting to us because
it starts
it's local.
out at Ohio State and then moves to Athens and several other places in Ohio too that you may or may not be familiar with.
Right. But you're just sitting there the whole time. I mean, just like trying to figure it out. Is this
guy full of it or not?
Yes.
Yep.
And I don't think anyone ever did know.
Yeah.
Because, and what made me think about it was one of his, I think like high school or grade school friends. It was a lady that they interviewed, and she was like, he did accents all the time. Like she's like, I remember him always being able to pull off accents.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh.
Yeah. But then like they also one of the, I can't remember if he was a doctor or what exactly he was. He's like, I see him in the hallway all the time, and he was always himself. He was never
somebody else.
He was never somebody else when I just saw him at the time. Now, part of that was the treatment working? Because presumably it was. Or was he just like, there's no cameras on me, I don't need to put on a show right now?
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes there's folks in the world that you'd like to get in their minds sometimes.
And I will say this. Part of why I think he seems so full of crap is because he became like what is parodied when you talk about like multiple personalities and stuff like that. They're sort of doing an impression of him. So like it became a cliche after he did it.
That makes sense.
So at the time, like in the 70s, it probably seemed like less of a cliche than it does now. Because it was like that was the origin of what.
Because he's what started the whole thing or whatever. Yeah, that makes sense. I don't know, but it messes with your mind a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. I liked it.
Yeah. Well, I'm interested in watching the rest of it. So, yeah, if you're into that kind of thing, definitely.
Yeah. And that's on Netflix.
Tune in. Yeah,
it's
Netflix.
The many faces of Billy Milliken or something.
Yeah,
like that.
Like I think that's what it's called, something like that.
Yeah.
Yep. Pumpkin. Are you a pumpkin fan? Do you like pumpkin?
Eating pumpkin?
Yeah.
No. Oh, my sister sent me
not.
a video of my nephew trying raw pumpkin for the first time.
Aww.
I don't like that.
That's not what I think of. That's not pumpkin.
Yeah. No, I mean, I like pumpkin pie, but that's not really pumpkin.
Well, and a lot of people don't know this, but canned pumpkin is a lot of not pumpkin.
Right.
There's a lot of like squash and other stuff in there, but it's still good. But pumpkin is, I got an article here this morning. It is so good for you health-wise, and I had no idea. It's packed with tons of vitamins and minerals that can help improve your health. They can help your eyesight because they're a huge source of vitamin A. They can help you, like vitamin A helps with reducing cataracts and things like that. They're immunity boosters. They are a high source of vitamin C, which is a nutrient, obviously, that boosts immunity. They're also high in, what do you take? What are you supposed to eat to not get cramps? What fruit?
Oh, cranberries? Prunes?
No, bananas.
Oh, bananas. Oh, yeah. Potassium.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're a high source of potassium, just as bananas are. So you can eat pumpkin if you don't want to eat a banana. So that's a good thing. Helps you with keeping your body feeling better. They're helpful for weight loss. Hallelujah.
I mean, if all you were eating was pumpkin,
I'd say probably.
Yeah.
Pumpkin actually can be a secret weapon. It's beneficial for weight loss because it's largely made up of water, so it's low in calories while still containing tons of nutrients. Try adding more pumpkin to your diet by making pumpkin soup, oatmeal, roasted pumpkin, or pumpkin energy bites.
I've made chili with pumpkin in it before.
Ooh, that sounds good.
And that gives it, it's not like fresh pumpkin, it's canned pumpkin.
Yeah.
But it gives it this kind of nutty taste to it.
Yeah.
That's pretty nice.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Very good. And it also helps boost fiber and lower cholesterol, which is very good for you. Pumpkin is a good source of fiber. Pumpkin seeds help with antioxidants, magnesium, iron, zinc, and manganese. And pumpkins are rich in skin-saving antioxidants for your face.
Interesting.
They help protect cells from damage caused by free radicals. So there you go. It helps slow the aging process. So if you are a pumpkin fan and you can stomach cutting it open an actual pumpkin and eating this stuff out of it. But I know a lot of people eat pumpkin seeds, and you can buy those at the store, can't you?
Probably.
I
never really liked the roasted pumpkin seeds. I don't know.
Is it?
I know that's like a big thing for a lot of people. I never really.
Is it like sunflower seeds?
Yeah, but they're bigger.
Okay.
But yeah, people bake them and they put seasoning and stuff on them.
Yeah.
Similar to sunflower seeds, and then you just kind of chew on them.
Do you eat the whole thing, or is it like there's a shell around it and you?
Yeah, I mean, I
peel it.
I think most people just kind of like chew on them and spit them out, kind of thing.
Oh.
I don't know. I've never been.
It's too much work. It's kind of like pistachios.
Yeah. Pistachios, I
pistachios, but you got to sit there and goes on and on and on.
So I've got a bit of pumpkin trivia for you.
I love trivia.
All right, so
okay,
we were talking about last week that there's a new Halloween movie in theaters. Michael Myers, the original Halloween movie.
Yes.
Of course, the movie is called Halloween because the story takes place on Halloween.
On Halloween.
How many actual pumpkins are in the original Halloween?
How do you know this?
So there are
How do you know?
So there are only 3 real pumpkins in the movie Halloween because it was filmed in the springtime, and it's really hard to get pumpkins in the springtime.
No way.
Yeah. So the majority of the pumpkins that you see in the movie Halloween are actually some other kind of gourd that they painted orange.
Really?
Yep. And the scene where the little kid is carrying the jack-o'-lantern and falls and smashes it, he had to do that in one take because they only
we got one pumpkin.
We got one pumpkin,
buddy.
Kid. Don't screw this up.
Well, where did they find the 3 pumpkins is what I want to know.
I think they searched pretty hard for them.
So they actually filmed Halloween in the spring, not the fall.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yep.
Okay. Now you know.
Yep. I always think it's funny when movies like that come out in the summer or whatever. like they release like the new Freddy movie or whatever, and it's like a big summer blockbuster. And it's like, why?
Yeah, it
why
should be released.
It should come out in the fall, like
right? Like Halloween time.
But movie studios they're afraid, like, well, we can't release our movie within 3 weeks of another movie because then it's gonna split our profits and whatever. So then you end up with
that makes sense.
But
yeah, that just seems weird. It's like, I mean, do you ever get the hankering to sit down and watch a Freddy Krueger or a Halloween movie in like April?
I mean, some people do. Me personally,
I
not
don't.
So much.
Like right now, if I saw one on, I'd be like, ooh, it's fall. It's that time of the year. Yeah, let's do that. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't. Releasing something, it would be like releasing a Christmas movie in July or whatever. Doesn't make any sense.
I wonder. Hey Siri, how many Halloween movies were released in the summer?
Let's see if she knows.
I think she's gonna let me down. Siri, were any of the Halloween movies released during the summer? I think she's going to let me down.
She's not telling you.
Yeah.
She's holding that secret.
Yeah, she's letting me down.
You should ask her how many real pumpkins were in the movie Halloween.
She might know. So the reason I know that is because there's another show on Netflix it's called The Movies That Made Us, and it's just like little mini documentary, mostly about like 80s movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like one on Back to the Future and stuff like that, and they just released a whole bunch of like horror movie themed ones.
That's cool.
I watched the Halloween one the other day, so that's how I learned that.
I'm sitting here wondering, why does he know this?
Yeah, I know a lot of dumb things.
Starting to worry me a little bit.
Yeah, I know a lot of dumb things. I don't know as many dumb things as I used to because as you get older, you forget some of the dumb things. Yeah, so Halloween H2O, which is the one of the ones we were laughing at, it came out in August. Halloween Resurrection came out in July. Both of the Rob Zombie Halloween movies came out in August.
So weird.
Yeah.
Like this one came out at the perfect time.
Right, it came out at Halloween.
Yeah.
And the previous one came out on Halloween too. And then there's another one that's going to come out next year. Also comes out like in the Halloween season.
When was the original Halloween released?
So it was released October 25th, 1978.
See, that makes sense.
Yeah, and then the sequel was released in 81 on October 30th. Yeah.
That makes total sense. So, although I don't know, I mean, the Hallmark Channel can start playing Christmas movies right now, and people watch them all the way through the spring.
Mm-hmm. What's your favorite?
I'm guilty.
You're those people. So what's your favorite cheesy Hallmark Christmas movie?
Oh gosh. Oh man, there's several.
Yeah.
And some of them is like they don't play them anymore.
Yeah.
Let me think. What one do I really? There's the one where
someone from the big city has to move to the country.
And then they find their long lost boyfriend that they knew once when they were kids, and then they fall in love. And
because they have they want the same Christmas tree.
Yes, and then the boyfriend from the big city comes, and it's a big old mess because
and they've got to save the family farm. Probably.
Yes, that one. That's the one.
Have you seen the one? I can't remember if this is. I don't think this one's actually a Christmas movie. But have you seen the one where I can't remember if the guy or the girl's the main character? I don't remember. But like, it's about all the people they date have a dog, and the relationship always ends in such a way that like the boyfriend ends up keeping the dog. So he has all of his ex-girlfriend's dogs.
Is it like 12 Dogs of Christmas or something like that?
Something like that. So that's a funny one. But my personal favorite, I don't remember. I think this was Hallmark, but it was it was like that.
Yeah.
The Grumpy Cat Christmas movie.
I've never seen the Grumpy Cat Christmas movie.
It's good.
Is Grumpy Cat in it?
Yeah. Yeah. So Grumpy Cat is in it. Grumpy Cat is voiced by Audrey Plaza, who played, was in Parks and Recreation April.
Okay.
In Parks and Recreation. Very funny. Very bad, but very funny.
I mean, so I think the thing with the Hallmark Christmas movies is, number one, they always feel good for the most part.
Yeah.
It's mindless.
Yeah.
So you can literally just turn it on, like there's nothing else on the television. You can just turn one on and it's like whatever, and you can half watch it, and then you can do other stuff too.
Right.
But I do have ones that I'm like, oh, I kind of like that one. That one's pretty good. But there's and there's a few of them, like there was one that was called like The Town That Forgot Christmas, and I haven't seen that one in forever. That was like years ago. And then there's a couple of them with the chick from Growing Pain or Full House, Candace Cameron, whatever. There's a couple of them that she's in. They're pretty good. I don't know that good is the word, but
enjoyable. Yeah. Watchable. Almost watchable.
Like not turn offable.
Not turn offable.
The best thing is though, like if I get up early or whatever, it's like a Sunday, I'll have him on, and Jamie's just like, he'll get up and be like,
it's 8 o'clock in the morning.
God,
you're watching Hallmark Christmas
Do I have to watch this?
Oh, that's funny.
That's all right. I don't know. It's like, what else in the world gets you in the mood, for the Christmas season, other than cheesy Christmas movies, right?
Yep. I don't know.
You got to watch Vacation. You got to watch Home Alone. You got to watch all those. Mm-hmm. So, favorite Christmas movie? What is it?
Christmas Vacation is awfully funny.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty hard. It's pretty hard to beat Christmas Vacation.
Yeah.
I don't like A Christmas Story as much as most people. I didn't watch it when I was little, so it's good. I like it, but I don't really have any real connection to it.
Yeah, I'll watch it once. Just because.
I guess Charlie Brown Christmas.
You gotta love
definitely
Charlie Brown.
Up there. Yeah.
Yeah.
This isn't strictly a Christmas movie, but it takes place partly at Christmas. With the newer Charlie Brown movie, the one that came out in like 2017, maybe.
I haven't seen that.
It's really cute. It's super cute. Like, it's not strictly a Christmas movie. It follows like the whole like school year.
Oh, okay.
So there is a
Christmas
good Christmas part in it, and it's really cute.
Aw, that's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, which they play this movie year round all the time. I think Elf is hilarious. Mm-hmm. That's a good one. And I'm trying to think some of the other ones that are Christmas Vacation's pretty funny.
Yeah. Well, another really good one that I think is underrated is the Muppets Christmas Carol with Michael Caine.
I haven't seen that one in forever.
It's really good.
Yeah.
I think it's easily my favorite version of the Christmas Carol, but it's really good. That is the first Muppets movie after Jim Henson passed away.
Oh, okay.
It's directed by his son.
Okay.
So it's, an important part of Muppets history.
Yeah.
In addition to being a cute Christmas movie.
There you go.
It's also the first one based on a pre-existing story.
Oh. Cool. And
there were 3 pumpkins in the original Halloween.
And there were 3 pumpkins in the original Halloween.
I told you I just know.
Now you know.
I told you I just know things.
Have you ever seen, and no one has ever seen this movie, and I made Jamie watch it. It's like the worst Christmas movie, but it makes me laugh.
Yeah.
It's called Surviving Christmas. Have you ever seen it? It's got Ben Affleck and
I remember when that
Christina
came out.
Applegate in it.
I don't think I've seen it, but I do remember when that came out.
It is so inappropriate and sick and twisted, but funny and sweet all at the same time. But it just never took off. You don't see it very often. You said
it's got Ben Affleck in it?
Ben Affleck and Christina Applegate and James Gandolfini is in it. And the lady that... she's always the trashy lady in every movie.
Jamie Presley?
No, older than that. She's in Best in Show. She's in
the from Legally Blonde. The girl that's like her mentor, that's like the hairdresser.
Is that the same lady? No, that's Stifler's mom.
Yeah, Stifler's mom.
Not Stifler's mom, the other trashy lady that's in every movie.
Oh, I don't know. I'm trying to think who else is in Best in
Show.
Show.
No, that is Stifler's mom that's in Best in Show. Yeah, you're right. This one is in, this lady is in, now I've got to look it up. It's going to drive me crazy. But she's the trashy lady and all the other trashy ladies other than Stifler's mom.
Stifler's mom. Gosh. Takes you back
Stifler's mom. Okay, I've got to look this up. I'm sorry.
This is good content, people.
Catherine O'Hara is her name.
She's not trashy.
She's trashy in a lot of roles.
She's the mom in Schitt's Creek, right?
Yes, I believe she is. Yeah, she is.
I don't think.
Oh, she's in Home Alone.
Yeah,
she's the mom in Home Alone.
Okay,
too. She's not trashy in Home Alone. Yeah, but she's in a ton of. She is in Best in Show. I thought so. Okay. Yeah,
I mean, she's in all of those. What's the producer's name that does all those mockumentary? I can't think what his name is, but yeah, she's in all of them.
Oh, I don't know.
Best in Show and Mighty Wind, Waiting for Guffman.
Yes, she's in those.
Yeah.
Trying to look and see if there's anything else she's.
What is she trashy in?
Stuff.
I can't think of anything that I would describe her as being like trashy in, because she's normally like kind of posh. I feel like in most of her movies.
I'd have to look it up and see. Well, Schitt's Creek, is she trashy in that? I've never seen Schitt's Creek.
Oh, no. Schitt's Creek, they're like a ritzy family that like lose all their money and has to move to like a crappy like town. But they're like the posh people in the like redneck town.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, she's trashy in Surviving Christmas. I can tell you that.
All right.
Like, hilarious.
Yeah.
So, she and James Gandolfini are married.
Okay. That's an interesting couple.
Oh, they're very interesting. Yeah. So, yeah. So, if you've never seen that movie, check it out. It'd be the best, worst Christmas movie you've ever seen. If that makes any sense.
I mean, I think Jingle All the Way. It's pretty hard to beat for best, worst Christmas movie.
Is that the one with Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Sinbad and Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yep.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yep.
Okay. We have a special guest tomorrow on the show talking about the new Festival of Lights, which is kind of taking over from the Festival of Trees, but a whole new organization has adopted it and taking over, which will be our the senior citizens. So we're excited about that, and then she'll be here tomorrow, right?
Yeah,
Lissa Warrens?
Lissa Warrens will be here tomorrow to tell us all about that.
Super exciting, and good to know that tradition is going to continue on, because this has been a lot of fun for a lot of years.
Yep, and that article was in Saturday's paper, all about that. So if you didn't read that, check that out. And Lissa will be here to kind of answer all those questions and stuff tomorrow.
That's right. So you can check it out in the paper, but yes, she'll be here to talk about that tomorrow. And, I said I was going to talk about Dolly Parton. So, Dolly Parton, did you all know that she
had plastic surgery?
Did you know that? What? She uses a lot of beauty products that are like drugstore products under $20.
Yeah.
So, that's pretty cool.
So, surely she has like her own makeup line, right?
I don't know. She has a new fragrance line called Scent from Above. Scent, SCENT. Yeah. Pun intended. But she says that she uses old-timey products that are not all that expensive, including Pond's Cold Cream Cleanser, Vaseline, and she uses Max Factor, Olay, and Maybelline brands of different things, all of which were released in the 19th or 20th century and can be bought at drug stores. She said she's got shelves and drawers full of every new makeup going on, but she goes back to the old faithfuls all the time. She does like or prefer bold pink lipstick colors, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also like nail polish and things like that. So she uses OPI Strawberry Margarita nail polish. Trying to look and see if it gives you any other kind of. But she said, so this is interesting. She said,
this is very interesting. I'm very interested in
I
this
figured
topic.
you would be. But think about this. We all know that Dolly Parton grew up as very, very poor.
Yeah.
Right? And she said she grew up using like flour as face powder.
Mm-hmm.
She used matchsticks for eyeliner. She would like rub honeysuckle on herself for perfume. So she had to get like really creative growing up because she wanted to be kind of bougie, but she was very, very poor. So she figured out how to do things cheaply and whatever. But she says, and of course we had the article that she sleeps in her makeup.
Yeah. Okay.
Because remember what she said? In case there's an earthquake or a hurricane or something, I don't want anyone to see me without my makeup on in the middle of the night. So she washes it off in the morning.
Okay.
And she uses mineral oil pads or good warm soapy water and a hot washcloth and kind of lets it soak in. But this was the funniest part, and I read this to you yesterday.
Okay.
So we all know Dolly's had a little bit of work done, right?
A little bit.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some original parts there.
Some. So this is quote straight from Dolly. Thanks to Botox and fillers, as well as the work that I've already had, my face pretty much maintains itself. Then she went on to say, you can just hear her saying this too. If I see something sagging, bagging, or dragging, I'll get it nipped, tucked, or sucked.
That's like how you get your hash browns at Waffle House, right?
Right. Diced, scattered, shattered.
Smothered,
covered.
Diced, smothered, and covered or something. Yeah.
All of the above.
Yep. It's like Dolly Parton's Botox.
I just thought that was so funny. She just cracks me up.
Yep.
Oh, she's so cool. Gotta meet Dolly one of these days. Got to. Also you can dress your pet up as another animal for Halloween.
They will definitely appreciate it.
They will love it.
Yeah.
They will be
especially
so
if
excited.
it's a cat.
Yes. Dress your cat as a dog or your dog as a cat.
Yeah, the cat will love it.
They'll be...
Will not scratch you to death.
Oh, no. Your cat will just take it and say, thank you, Mom and Dad, for dressing me up. I love you. Yeah. But
cat's a hot dog.
I know, it's so good. So I've got an article about 5 easy ways to dress your pet up for Halloween.
Yeah.
We'll save that for another day.
All right. I think that's a good idea.
Probably best. So you can get it sucked, nipped, or tucked and
smothered,
look just like Dolly.
Covered
and diced.
Dress your cat up, look like Dolly. Get it a big
wig
or whatever.
I like it. So how do you do your hash browns at the Waffle House?
Oh, I don't really like onions, so I'm not going to get them with the onions. I guess that's the big thing, right?
Yeah. I don't do onions either.
I don't do onions.
So we'll do scattered, covered, chunked, and diced. So that's cheese, eggs, and tomatoes.
All right.
And Jamie gets jalapenos and stuff in his. I'm like, not for breakfast, man. Whew. It's rough. How do you do your Waffle House hash browns? I told you about the guy who was sitting behind me last time we were at Waffle House. He was like, excuse me, how do these hash browns come out? I've never had them here before. And I was like, what?
He must be from up north or out west or something.
How have you lived your life and not had Waffle House hash browns? They're the best.
Waffle House is awfully regional, though. I don't think we really realize it, but I mean, Midwest and the South is really the only place that has them. They don't have them like East Coast or West Coast.
They don't? Yeah. Well, they're missing out.
Yeah. Well, we don't have In-N-Out Burger or Whataburger. Or...
That's true. Yeah. We just have Hardee's.
Yeah. And they have Carl's Jr.
That's right.
Yeah. Shake Shack. All kinds
all
of
the stuff.
Yeah.
It's like you have the same thing. It's just called something else.
Yeah. kind of.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm sure some In-N-Out Burger like devotee would fight you. For that.
Right? They would take umbrage with that statement, but oh well. All right. Well, got to get out of here for the day. Special guest tomorrow, Lissa Warrens here to talk about a 30-year tradition that was going to end and has been saved.
Yep.
Super exciting.
Very excited.
Yeah. All right. Well, have a great day. Enjoy some sunshine out there. Sunny skies and 71 degrees today. So get out, walk on the earth. Be one.
Be one with the earth.
With the earth.
Yep.
Yes. All right. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.
Bye, guys.
Bye.